Hi guys, and welcome back for another pregnancy update. I am currently 33 weeks and 5 days pregnant. When you guys see this, it should just be the very next day. I've been pretty good to edit and upload it by like the next day. But I will be going back to weeks 31 and 32 just because I feel like a lot happened in that time frame. First thing being that at 31 weeks and 4 days pregnant, I had my ultrasound to determine if I still had a low-lying placenta, and the process of that was fairly interesting. I'm sure you guys are sick of hearing about this whole COVID-19 virus going around, but it is a real thing, and I do these videos to look back on, and so it's like I am going to talk about it a little bit because it's affected us greatly, especially being pregnant. Going into the hospital to get that ultrasound done, I almost had to go by myself because KyndalRicks was with us, and the person at the front desk, she's like, anybody under 18 can't go up there. And like, I kind of gave her this look because I have no family here, I don't have friends, so it's like if I can't have anybody under 18, that means Kenny can't go either because he'd have to stay with KyndalRicks. And I'm like, he's not missing this ultrasound. Very disappointed, and I think she could see that in my face. So she's like, well, I'll let you go this one time, but next time, absolutely nobody under 18. So we had our ultrasound and everything looked really, really good. He's weighing about 4 pounds, 1 ounce. I thought was kind of big for like that gestation, but I was looking back when I was pregnant with KyndalRicks, and at 35 weeks, he was measuring 5 pounds, 14 ounces. So I feel like he's gonna be about the same weight KyndalRicks was. I could be wrong. I should have grabbed the ultrasound picture so I could show you guys. Maybe I'll like insert a clip here to talk about it. She tried to do like the 3D, 4D type thing, and she could not get a good look at his face just because his hand, that dang hand, it was covering his face like this, and then he had his thumb in his mouth. So we didn't get to see his face. We got to see like his nose a little bit and just a thumb in his mouth. So I really honestly think that we're going to have a thumb sucker because every ultrasound picture I have, he has his thumb in his mouth. It had been confirmed that I no longer have a low-lying placenta, so I at the moment don't need a C-section. I mean, obviously anything can happen during labor, but at the moment we are just going for a regular traditional birth. Along with that 31-week mark, we also had our first earthquake, or at least that I've experienced. We here in Utah had a 5.7 magnitude earthquake, and that was fairly terrifying. Kenny was already at work, and it happened at like 7 in the morning. Kind of fell back asleep with KyndalRicks, and we both woke up to it, and we're like, what the heck was that? What is going on? Like, I'm kind of groggy, trying to process what's going on. There was no damage. We were all safe. I mean, we were maybe 15 minutes away from where like the actual earthquake happened. So we felt a very, very, very good amount of it. So as far as symptoms go for week 31 and 32, I feel like they were fairly the same. I've been having pelvic pain. He's actually very head down. When the tech did the ultrasound, she had to like push his head up out of the way to like see if my placenta was still in the way or not. So he's very, very head down, and I think I'm just feeling the effects of that. This is where I get confused because people are like, oh, well, contractions, they're like mild period cramps, and that's kind of what this feels like, but I feel like contractions, like, aren't they like your whole belly? Because I feel like when I have that like cramp, it's just like down in my pelvis area. I don't know, you would think I would know because I've had a baby before, but that was also almost 5 years ago, and I was also induced, so I don't really remember what to look for. I also had my first sciatic nerve pain. We were walking around Target, and it was really, really tough for me to walk. I really had to take my time, and it's just this shooting pain that goes from like the back of my butt, and it just goes down my right leg, and it's very, very hard to walk. Something I forgot to mention when I was about 30 weeks was that I was able to feel him practice breathing, and hiccups I've been feeling for a few weeks now, I feel like. But the practice breathing is something I've really noticed. He does it at least 2 or 3 times a day, that I noticed anyway. I mean, he could be doing it more. As far as cravings go, I've been loving root beer with like that pebble ice. That has been really yummy to me, which is weird to me because I'm not a huge soda person at all. Ice water, or even like these hint waters, these have been really good to me. I have probably 1 or 2 of these a day. Fresh fruit, so watermelon, cantaloupe, strawberries, Kenny has me hooked on cookie and cream Fat Boys. I allow myself, it used to be like one a day, but lately I've been splitting one in half and sharing it with Hendrix. The last like big event, I guess, that happened with week 31 and 32 is that Kenny and I celebrated our 1-year anniversary. We didn't do anything like too spectacular. We did go out to dinner. 33 weeks, I had what was supposed to be my 32-week appointment, but because she was so booked, I had to have it at 33 weeks, which is totally fine. It was very emotional just because, again, with this whole COVID-19, we're trying to keep everybody safe, especially being at a hospital or a doctor office. But I had gotten the call that nobody under 18 or nobody that was really like non-essential couldn't be there. Again, same situation because we don't have the babysitter, family, friends, anything of that sort. Kenny and Hendrix had to stay out in the car, and that was really hard for me. Trying to explain really any of this to Hendrix has been hard. Like, as soon as he sees the hospital, he knows why we're there and he gets so excited to see brother. When I told Hendrix that he couldn't go in with me to see brother, he immediately just started crying, and that of course made me want to cry because I know just how much he loves his brother, and like getting to hear even just his heartbeat, like it makes his day so much better, and it's something he talks about the rest of the day. So I did at least get video of baby boy's heartbeat, that way Hendrix could see that baby brother's good and strong. And you know, I also explained to Hendrix that he needs to be strong and healthy when brother gets here, and there's just a lot of sick people in the hospital right now, and so I don't want to risk him getting sick. And like, I feel like that's the best way I can explain to a 4-year-old of, this is why you can't go with me this time. I did gain 2 pounds, so I think that puts my total weight gain at like 13 or 15 pounds. I don't remember what my last weight was, so I'll have to check that. Hendrix has my phone, or else I'll check right now. Checked to see like if he was head down still, and he is. I know he likes to fluctuate, so like he'll put his body on this side or this side, but for whatever reason he was like dead in the middle. And then she said that my next appointment, which is at 36 weeks, they're gonna check for dilation. They're gonna do that test. I can't remember what the heck it's called. It's not strep B. What the heck is it called? Is it strep B? I don't know. I can't think of what it's called right now, but they're basically gonna do that test. Probably in the next week or two, I'm gonna try to go on as many walks as possible, even if it's just around the apartment building. Like, I really don't want to go till 40 weeks, especially just because things are changing so freaking quickly with the hospitals and their policies right now, that I'm like, I wish I was like 38 weeks so I could be like, I want this baby out so that Kenny can be there for the birth and I can just be at home safe with my kids. I actually got the call yesterday from my OB, and this is like the sad part, is that I completely hesitate answering the phone calls from my OBGYN. Just, I mean, I understand they're trying to keep people safe, but it is like the most crushing, heartbreaking thing to hear that absolutely nobody comes to your appointments from here on out. It's gonna have to just be you, which I cried, because it's like, had I known that the last time Kenny or Hendrix were gonna see baby would have been at that ultrasound, like, it's just crazy, because it's like, you know, things like this can happen in the world, but you don't really expect it to actually happen. And so now that we're living through it and seeing the effects, you know, I'm terrified. I think any pregnant woman right now, especially that's about to deliver, feels the same exact way. I mean, we're all anxious, we're all scared, we're worried that our husbands can't be there, you know, especially this being Kenny's first baby. Like, I want him there. I mean, I wouldn't care if it was our 5th or 6th kid. Like, I would still want him to be there, because he's my comfort, he's my support. As of right now, I know Hendrix won't be able to be there at all, which, again, it's sad. It's so sad, because you have like this vision of, you know, they come to the hospital, they meet their new sibling, you get the cute pictures, you have that, you know, special moment, and you know, now that's kind of being taken from you. Granted, things could change in a whole month. It's sad. It's sad, but I know it's for all the right reasons, and it's just to keep everybody safe. So as far as any new symptoms, my biggest for this week has been Braxton Hicks contractions. I get them multiple times a day. Some of them are stronger than others. Some of them last longer. At least I'm assuming that's what it is, because it's like my whole belly, it'll just go like this, and it's just like a wave of tightness, and it's just very, 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 very tight and hard for however long, and then it just like goes away. Another really big symptom I've been having, which I did not have this with KyndalRicks, I'm assuming it's like carpal tunnel, but it doesn't matter how I sleep, but I get the worst tingle in my hands, and they're just so stiff that it wakes me up out of my sleep multiple times throughout the night. And like when I wake up, like I'm constantly just going like this because my hands are in so much pain. I also have a nerve. It's really weird. It's only my right leg, but I've had a nerve also on the like inner thigh that again just causes a shooting pain. I don't think it's a sciatic nerve, because isn't that like in the back of your butt? I don't know. Sometimes I get it in my butt and it shoots down. Sometimes it's my inner thigh and it shoots down. Like I don't know what is going on with my right leg, but there's just been a lot of nerve shooting type of pains in that leg. Kenny's been really good about it. If he notices like, you know, I'm in a lot of pain, he'll slow down to keep up with me, and he's like, hold on Hendrix, like let's wait for mom, like we gotta wait for mom. And he's just very sweet about it. Like last night I was giving Kenny a haircut, and I think after like 20 minutes I was like, I'm sorry, but like I'm gonna have to be done. You're gonna have to finish like the little touches in the front of your face because I gotta go sit down or something, because I had the worst shooting pain down my leg. I haven't really had any new cravings this week, mainly just sun chips. I feel like I could just sit and eat sun chips all day. I think I buy like 3 or 4 bags of them at a time. Hendrix helps me eat them. I guess I should clarify that. I don't eat the whole bag. Hendrix helps me, and it takes us like 3 days to go through a bag. So I mean, it's not like I'm just eating an entire bag by myself a day. I'm hoping to start getting everything together, like his bassinet, his clothes wash. I'm still trying to decide. We're still up in the air about the whole moving situation. We're pretty confident we're going to be staying in this apartment for a while, until they finish another building that has a 3-bedroom, because they are still trying to complete a few buildings. So we might just be sharing a room with baby boy for a little bit until he is able to have his own room. Trying to figure out like where exactly I want to put everything and get that figured out. Our room is big enough to accommodate him, so it's not that big of an issue. I think my next video that you guys can look forward to is going to be my first actual baby buy haul. I've been accumulating everything so I can show you guys all the cute stuff that I've bought, or things that I find that are very essential for me. I will finish off with a quick belly shot, and I will see you guys here soon. I always feel like this is kind of awkward, and my belly always looks a little bit bigger than it does just because I'm standing so close to the camera, but a little hard to see. But there's my 33-week, almost 34-week belly. Getting big and round, which is okay with me. That means he's growing and getting healthy.